putting people on snow babies this week. All the info for you at WMMS.com. It's a completely free event. You can come hang. We do our race. We go party in the lodge. It's a good time. Matitude's going to spin. We got a link for you as well for discount tubing tickets. So again, WMMS.com. But you got to get on the team here. So callers 10 and 11, you'll join Team Snow Babies on the 23rd. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
It's not every day you hear him complain about something. Wait, yes it is.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
I got another $1,000 for you in about 8 minutes. And I'll be talking to Rob Reiner, who was on the show last fall. Talked to him about a JFK podcast he was doing. He's got a new movie out called God and Country. Pick his brain about that shortly. Cavaliers coming off a loss. Philly was in town, and they beat the Cavs by 2 points. They will get a crack at the Bulls tonight. That's a 7:30 tip-off here on MMS. 7 o'clock is when the pregame coverage will begin. And then the Magic will be here Thursday night. I saw that they just retired Shaq's jersey, the Orlando Magic. I was surprised that hadn't already been done.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that it took so long.
It's the first jersey retired by the Orlando Magic. That surprised me, too. Shaq wore number 32 for the Magic. What number did he wear when he was with the Cavs?
I think 32.
Oh, yeah?
32 or 33, maybe 33.
He was the first overall draft pick. He was the first player to make an all-star team in an Orlando Magic uniform. He was the first rookie of the year. He was the first all-NBA selection. And I think he has said publicly that he couldn't imagine that the Magic would retire his jersey, but they did that. Last night, Magic lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but everybody stayed. And he said, I started my professional career here, and I've been living here mostly all my life. It was a big, big deal. Isn't he like a volunteer sheriff or something? And Shaq some kind of cop?
He was somewhere, yeah. I think that was in
He and Steven
Louisiana.
Seagal?
Yeah.
He was only with them for 4 seasons, but I guess they wanted to hang something from the rafters. He said that Magic fans have always been very, very good to him. And he was excited to see the whole thing take place. Notice that if you were able to see that the jersey there hanging from the rafters, actual size. Because he's a big guy.
He's so big.
He's
yeah.
so big. Yeah, he's so big.
Yep.
So congratulations to Shaq, who was in Orlando played here, played for the Lakers. He was thumping around in those giant clodhoppers for a handful of teams. The Magic are celebrating their 35th season, and they drafted him number 1 overall. I remember when he was coming out of college, Shaquille O'Neal was a big deal. He was in Blue Chips with Nick Nolte. I think that was kind of a thinly veiled adaptation of Bobby Knight and the Hoosiers. Yeah, even though the Hoosiers had been made into a movie, but that wasn't about Bobby Knight. Penny Hardaway and Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson, a lot of guys who played on the Magic with Shaq were there. The foundation of his Hall of Fame career started in Orlando. They already retired his jersey with the Lakers. When are the Cavs going to retire Shaq's jersey?
I don't know if he's going to get that from the Cavs because he was only there for 1 season and didn't play a lot because he was injured a lot, and it didn't go great. I don't know if he'll get that honor.
Oh, what better reason, though, to retire his jersey than he didn't do much when he was here?
Well, it's an
They go, you know
honor,
what?
not something you do give to somebody that didn't do much.
Well, but it's Cleveland. I mean, you should, when you look up, who do they have up there now? Larry Nance Sr.? Whose jerseys do they have up there?
Probably Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Not Steve Kerr.
No, not Steve Kerr.
I'm sorry. Mark Price.
Uh,
Brad Doherty.
yeah.
Austin Carr.
Yeah.
World Be Free. Zydrunas Sagauskas.
There you go. Put Shaq's up there. What's the matter with that?
I just don't think I don't think they will.
All right. World Be Free. Wow, he's up there? Man.
I think so.
All right. You're probably right. Take your word for it. You can leave us messages anytime you like, by the way. Alan Cox Show After Hours line is always available to you. It is 216-986-8903.
Alan Calvin can't listen to the podcast from Monday. Bill and Poundcake were talking about the random assortment of leftovers. I do this. I have a couple pops and think I'm doing my wife a favor by cleaning up and sending food home with people. I basically got banned because one year I sent every bit of Thanksgiving food home with everyone else. The only thing I kept was a drumstick.
Is that a faux pas to send all of the leftovers home with everybody?
Yeah, you don't want to send all of it. You want to make sure you have some. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
I mean, especially in a family situation, you want, you're trying to make your kids live off that food for a couple days because you spent so much money on it.
They're going to be living off turkey sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, listen, don't tempt them with a good time. Kansas City police are investigating shots at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl rally parade. Several people struck there in Kansas City where they just can't have anything nice. Shots fired there. Hey, Kansas City, want to come out? Want to celebrate?
World Be Free is not up there, by the way.
He's not up there, but he did play for the Cavs.
He did.
Yeah, for a couple of seasons. The Kansas City Fire Department says that a shooting did happen, that several people were struck, and they are calling it a fluid situation. Does that mean people are bleeding out? So congratulations to the people. Were there shots fired at the Cavs championship parade?
Yes, later in the day.
Later in the day, not at the parade.
It was like once the parade was kind of over. It was over by the casino. Wasn't quite parade. It was just. But yeah, it happened.
Mm-hmm. That's right. All right. Well, congratulations to them. I just hope that Taylor Swift wasn't hit. That probably would have been front page news had that.
No, they probably wouldn't have. Nobody would have reported on that.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No, of course not.
Let me try something here.
Oh, God damn it.
Hello, Bill.
Hey, who's this?
Bill is your friend Timothy Mozgov.
Hey, what's up, Mozgov? It's been a while.
Forlorn Barley of Cleveland Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember I called you a few times?
Yeah.
Do you know that the Magic going to retire my jersey?
They are? You didn't even play a game for them, I don't think.
That's what I told them. They said, no, we retire Shaquille O'Neal jersey, retire Mozgov jersey. Very, very proud. Whole family come for a ceremony, Bill.
But I don't know. Are they retiring it, or did they even make? I don't even think you ever had a jersey for the Magic. I don't think you.
That's what surprised me. They never made Mozgov jersey.
I'm pretty sure you were acquired and then released.
I took a large piece of butcher paper, I cut hole in it, I put over my body. I wrote Magic on front, I wrote Mozgov on back.
And that's what they're retiring? Is a large piece of butcher paper?
That's right. That's right, Bill. They're also retiring.
Well, that's exciting. What else are they retiring?
They're retiring Mozgov jersey in Cleveland.
Oh, they are.
They are, yes.
What number did you wear?
They were numbered.
Was that in Russian?
I said my phone cutting out, I'm sorry. I were numbered. You remember this. They're so happy.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
They called me, Dan Gilbert called, said, Mozgov, we miss you. We'd like you to come back to Cleveland and to retire your jersey. Just like the
It is not
I
great.
don't like that music.
Oh, that's so much funner.
I like
I feel
that.
like we're playing little
like that
Tetris
much
now.
better, Bill. Thank you. That,
Oh, you did have a number for the
of course I did.
the Magic. You were number 21,
21.
and with the Cavs, you're number 20.
I wrote in butcher paper. That's right, because in Cleveland Cavaliers, Bill Mozgov, one less. I was one less in Cleveland. But I want to let you know, so maybe you can come support Mozgov.
Okay, well, if just tell me the time and date, and I'll see if I can make it.
It will be
I
tough.
can't make it.
Not even tonight.
No, especially not tonight. I got things planned already.
They're retiring, figure this out, they're retiring Mozgov jersey when the Bulls are in town.
And what's the significance of that?
I don't know. That's a good question. They just told me, hey, come for Bulls.
Hmm.
Maybe they want me to play.
I don't think they want you to play.
All right.
My guess is they don't want you to play.
You can't come, Bill.
I won't come.
Fine. I'll still keep calling you, Bill.
Alrighty.
Don't forget about Moscow.
I'll never forget about you.
Number 20.
Whoops.
Huh? All right, I got to give you money, and then I have more than 6, but fewer than 10 minutes with actor-director Rob Reiner. We're going to talk about his new movie. So here's $1,000 for you. It's your last week, your last handful of days this go-round to get some of this cash, so I hope you win. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
All right, Rob Reiner and his buddy Dan Partland, they are both directors, obviously. They have created a new film called God and Country. It is about the rise of Christian nationalism in the United States and its effect on the political system.
More than 6, but fewer than 10 minutes with somebody on the phone.
Well, guys, I got to tell you, first off, congratulations, because we're only 6 weeks into 2024, and you've already dropped the best horror movie of the year.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a wake-up call, and it's tough to look at. But what we try to do is get to the roots of this political movement that is not only a danger to democracy, but a danger to Christianity, and show that if this movement is allowed to continue the way it has been, up to and including violence that we saw on January 6th, our wonderful experiment of 249 years of self-rule could become crashing to an end.
Dan, how did you and Rob come together on this? Did one of you approach the other? Was it something that the two of you had been talking about for a while?
I really began the project out of concern for American democracy, but we learned along the way is that it represents an equal danger to the American church because of the ways that it really has co-opted religion to turn it into a political tool. There's nothing wrong with people having their political beliefs informed by their faith. Everybody expects that to be the case, but the question with Christian nationalism is what really does it have to do with Christianity? It's not it's a political belief, and it's not really based on core Christian tenets. It's really based on distorting them. That's very, very good for bringing wealth and power to the leaders of the movement, but isn't really clear how that helps anybody's spiritual journey, or at least not consistent with the teachings of Christ.
The Constitution has not one single mention of God. I'm an atheist, so I think it's all nonsense. But the conventional wisdom is that we have the most to lose in a society that goes in this direction. But I think the greater loss is among honest people of faith, Rob.
Yes, there's no question about it. And the beauty of American democracy is the Constitution, which starts with the words, "We the people." And it gives the power to the people, not to a deity, not to a particular religion, but to the people. And it talks very clearly 3 different times in the Constitution about the separation of church and state, which allows you to have religious freedom. up to and including atheism. It says we will make no religion. There will be no religious test. It gives everybody in America the right to pray and believe what they want to believe. When you start down a road of extremism, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, whatever, and you go down the road of extremism and you say that anything you do is okay because you're doing it in the name of God, that's dangerous. It's dangerous not only to the society, but in this case, it's dangerous to the Christian teachings. It has nothing to do with the teachings of Jesus. It's so far afield from that. And the prominent religious leaders, devout Christians of faith in the film, say that very thing, that this is a danger to Christianity, not just a danger to the democracy.
And there's a scene where one of the authors says that, like, conservative talk ended up being better for ratings than Christian preaching. Is what we used to turn on, a channel, and you'd see somebody preaching, but it basically it's as mundane as the bottom line in many ways, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, one of the things that the film explores that a lot of people in the mainstream culture don't really understand is just the size and the scale of Christian media. It's enormous, and it is possible to have 100% of your media diet, if you will, come from Christian media. And over time, Christian media has become more and more focused on conservative politics for reasons that you said, which is it's better ratings than Christian preaching. Christian preaching can be a little bit dry, but the politics is a really good draw. And so over time, I think what is Christian and what is conservative have really become melded, at least in the context of Christian media. And that's the place that a lot of people are getting all of their media.
Before I let you go, Rob, I had talked to you and Soledad O'Brien last fall about your JFK podcast, and I kicked myself for neglecting to mention to you how much I absolutely loved the Albert Brooks documentary, and thank you for making that.
Oh, thank you so much. It was my pleasure. I loved making it. Albert's my dear friend, and the fact that he liked it, I was very happy.
He's one of my favorites. Rob Reiner, Dan Partland have made a movie called God and Country, and if you have any concern at all about the direction that these things are kind of moving, it won't assuage your fears, but it's a very, very compelling watch. Appreciate your time, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having us, Alan.
More than 6, but fewer than 10 minutes. With somebody on the phone.
All right, Rob Reiner and Dan Partland. The movie is called God and Country. It's going to be limited in theaters. It's going to be out this Friday. I have to take a break here. If you want to send me a text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where you can watch live. If you want to go see Creed, that reunion tour brings them to Cleveland this year. I will have those tickets for you on the way back.
The Alan Cox Show.